Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. आज सतगुरुवार के दिन आप सबकी
Today, on the day of the Sadguru, carrying everyone's loving remembrances of myself as I reach the subtle region,
आज वतन का नजारा अलग प्रकार से था।
I saw that the scenes of the subtle region
कुछ बच्चे बैठे
were quite different,
और उनके सामने लाइट का
there were some children seated there,
सा प्रयोगशाला दिखाई दे रही थी।
and in front of them was a laboratory of light.
उसको देख रहे हैं।
The children were looking at this laboratory.
फिर एक बीच में दूसरी प्रयोगशाला थी।
There was a second laboratory
और कुछ बच्चे थे
where there were more children,
और एक तीसरी थी बहुत
and then a third laboratory, a very small laboratory,
छोटी सी थी। उसके सामने भी
and in front of that one as well we had more children.
पहली वाली थी लाइट की प्रयोगशाला।
So the first laboratory of light,
बहुत बच्चे और बहुत बड़ी थी।
it was very large in size, and there were many sisters and brothers in front of that laboratory.
कभी तो बहुत ऊंची जाती,
The light that was emanating from the laboratory was sometimes going upwards, sometimes revolving in a circle, and sometimes
लाइट के
intensity was dimming,
भी थे।
and sometimes there was beautiful reflection from that light, but sometimes the reflection was dull.
डल थे। तो बीच वाली में
And in the second laboratory,
स्थान था, उसमें लाइट की रिफ्लेक्शन
the light that was getting reflected from the laboratory was very nice,
ऊंची की ओर जाते थे।
but sometimes that light was also going
सुंदर
up above and creating different designs.
तीसरी तरफ जो देखा
And in the third laboratory,
लाइट थी,
it was very small
लाइट से
light that was emanating from the third laboratory, but colorful rays of light
वातावरण
spreading out and creating
दे रहा था।
a very beautiful atmosphere.
सेकंड के बाद बाबा आए,
After a few seconds, Baba appeared.
ध्यान से देख रहे थे।
Baba too was looking at all of this very carefully and then asked me, "Child, what are you looking at?"
तीन क्यों बिठाए हैं?
So I asked Baba,
अलग क्यों?
"Why are there three separate laboratories and separate groups sitting here?" So Baba asked us to look carefully.
बैठे थे बच्चे।
The first group of children who was seated,
एक बटन था, वो बटन उनको दिखाई नहीं देता था।
there was a button in front of them, but they were not able to see it clearly.
उसके ऊपर लिखा हुआ था
When they looked closely, above the first button was written leakage
मर्यादाओं की लापरवाही।
and carelessness in following
कहा
the codes of conduct of Brahmin life. So Baba then explained there are some children
कि जय
who
बुद्धि में जो
experiencing leakage, whatever they're accumulating in their intellect is
उसको
leaking away
आते हैं,
because they continue to forget what they've attained. They're not able to become the embodiment of their attainments.
जीवन की मर्यादा है, वो उस पे भी कभी
And then
कभी
secondly,
हल्कापन आ जाता है।
there's a bit of slackness in following the codes of conduct of Brahmin life, the maryadas.
कभी उथल पथल,
And this is why sometimes there is upheaval in their Brahmin life, sometimes external situations come to them
बच्चों के सामने भय
that create fear and questions in their minds.
इस प्रकार के बाबा ने कहा
Baba then addressed the second group of children.
सब कुछ उनको मिला है,
They've received everything, The second group has received everything, they're doing everything as well, they're making good efforts, and they are moving along very nicely. However, Baba continually draws the children's attention to stabilize themselves in their seat themselves firmly, set themselves on their seat, but there are very few children who are set on their seat and are able to carry out whatever they have to do in a proper way. And if they were to do it, they would have good experiences. And then thirdly, the third group of children are those who experiment, especially on the subject of yoga, but along with that experimentation, they remember that the Father is the point, they themselves are the point, so they especially concentrate on that from time to time. But sometimes they ignore the point. For which reason the experiences that they should have through that experimentation is not able to have that kind of impact on the world. So there's something lacking in that. I then asked Baba, what should we then do? Baba replied, the children should wear the bracelet of the codes of conduct of Brahmin life. Such a time is coming that there will be upheaval in the external world, there will be natural calamities, and the unsettled karmic accounts of past births will come in front of you. There will be situations with the body. So even not wanting these things, these situations are going to come in front of you, but do not be scared of these situations. These situations will come to make you even more firm, to bring about transformation. However, it's only when you have worn this bracelet of the codes of conduct of the Maryadas, then these situations will not stay in front of you for very long. The children have to be fearless and move ahead. Baba then said, secondly, the Father has given the children so many titles of self-respect, Swaman, to stabilize yourself in those titles of self-respect. Keep yourself in that elevated stage. Stabilize yourself in that stage of being the ancestor souls and give experiences to others. Whenever you step down from that stage, then the intellect kind of empties out at times, and then you repeatedly tell the Father, we're not able to understand what we have to do in this situation. So, Baba says, when you are stable on the seat of self-respect, then you'll experience success in every task, and you'll also receive the strength to be able to carry out every task. Thirdly, Baba said, time is moving ahead very fast. The children's internal power will send out vibrations for transformation in the world. And so the children should be able to apply a full stop at every point. Apply the full stop of the drama. Remember that the Father is the point. Focus on yourself as being the point. And then you'll have so many experiences. And you'll be able to give Sakash to the entire world. So look, children. Look at what the Father is going to give you, children, today. There were many, many brothers and sisters emerged in front of Baba. Baba gave a pendant type object, and each one received this pendant. On it was written balance. Keep the balance of your inner stage and of your attainments. What is time telling you to do now? detach yourself from circumstances of the world, stabilize yourself in your inner stage, keep the balance. The Father is with you. You are under the canopy of the Father's protection. So the more balance you keep, just as Brahma Baba had maintained, just as Mama had maintained balance, maintain a balance in every respect, every situation, then you'll experience lightness and special experiences. Different kinds of circumstances coming into your lives, but you'll be able to easily cross over all of them, and not only pass through, but they will just come close to you and disappear. I then offered Baba Bhog, and after offering Bhog, Baba once again emerged his children in front of him and said, always remember this pendant, maintain balance in your lives, otherwise you will be drawn towards doing something extra and on one side, otherwise you will become slack in what you have to do. So pay attention to this. Baba then gave remembrance to everyone, and I returned. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Today,
बाबा के पास वतन में भोग लेकर के पहुंची.
reached the subtle region to offer Bhog to Baba.
बाबा ने अनेक प्रकार के तारें दिखलाई.
As I reached there, Baba emerged different scenes. Some were seen clearly in the physical form, others were subtle. I asked Baba, Baba, you are showing these scenes. What are these? What does this mean? I do not understand. Baba said, child, look carefully. There is a secret between these lines or connections, and everything happens because of these connections. Baba then emerged a scene and said, child, in the today's world, like there is an electric line or a telephonic line, if you have to operate something, operate a device, everything happens through connections or through lines. Connection is not there, then it won't work properly. In the same manner, you children, the connection of your intellect, of you children, Baba said the other connection at times is seen in the physical form, the lines are seen in the physical form, but the connection of the intellect with Baba and that line of connection with Baba is not seen physically. It is seen of those children whose intellect is very clear and pure. And wherever these children are, in whichever place they are, and in whichever situation they are in whichever circumstances they are in, the connection of the intellect of those children with Baba is always connected. If any circumstances come in the world, if there's some sort of leakage, then
कोई परिस्थिति की
the
तार
device
थोड़ी
won't,
भी कटी होगी
the fire won't burn.
तो बाबा से जुड़ नहीं सकती है।
Baba
इसलिए
said if
अभी बाबा के
the line
बच्चों
is
को
not clear,
विशेष इस
then
चीज
there
का
won't be
अभ्यास
connection
करना
with
है।
Baba.
जिस प्रकार
That's
स्थूल
why
चीजें
children should
तारों के
practice
आधार पर चलती
the
है,
connection
तो बाबा के
in
साथ
the
में भी
physical world.
हम बच्चों
Most
का
of the
उसी
things
प्रकार
occurs
बुद्धि
due to
की
the
लाइन
connection.
जुड़ी रहे, क्योंकि बाबा ने
The
कहा
line
वह
of the
तारें
intellect of your
फिर भी
children
देखने
should be
में आती है,
connected with Baba.
पर ये याद
In
रूपी
the physical
बुद्धि
world,
की
the
तार
lines,
देखने
the
में नहीं
connections
आती।
are
पर बाबा
mostly
ने कहा
seen,
बाबा के
but the line of
बच्चों की
connection of your intellect with
चलन
Baba
से,
is certain.
व्यवहार से,
But
कर्तव्य
it
से,
is seen
उनके
through
नैनों
children's
से,
behavior,
रूहानियत से,
through
बाबा
their
ने कहा
actions,
वह
through their face,
रूहानियत की जो
and
चलन भी
through the
चलते हैं
divinity
बच्चे,
of their
उससे
face.
मालूम पड़ता है इन बच्चों की कितनी बुद्धि की
It is
तार बाबा
seen
से
through
जुड़ी
this,
हुई है।
that how much
तो
of
बाबा ने
connection
कहा
that
आज
child has with Baba.
सद्गुरुवार का दिन है, तो
Baba
बाबा
said
विशेष
today is the
बच्चों
day
के
of
पास
Sadguruvar,
चक्कर लगाने के लिए जाते हैं
and
और
Baba also
विशेष
takes
यह
a
भी
tour
देखते हैं
to
कि
meet children,
सद्गुरुवार के दिन
and Baba says that
विशेष बच्चों
on
की
the day of
तार भी बाबा
Sadguruvar,
से जुड़ी होती है, क्योंकि
the
कई
connection of
स्थानों
children's
पर
intellect is
अमृत बेले
especially
से ही
strong.
बाबा के
In many
प्रति
places,
भोग
in
बनाते हैं,
Amrit
भोग
Vela,
रखते हैं, भोग सजाते
children
हैं।
prepare
तो
Bhog
बाबा ने
and
कहा उस
offer
भोग में
Bhog,
भी वो
decorate
भावना और
Bhog and
शक्ति भर
offer Bhog
जाती
to
है।
Baba.
तो बाबा ने आज
And that
विशेष
Bhog
ये
also will
संदेश
have
सुनाया
similar
और
feelings
बाबा के
and
सम्मुख
power.
तो कई
Baba said
आत्माओं
this
की भी याद थी,
message.
तो बाबा ने भी
I
उन्हें
also
बड़े
gave
प्यार
the
से,
message of different
बड़े
souls to
स्नेह के
Baba.
साथ इमर्ज किया
Baba very
और
lovingly
बड़े
emerged
प्यार से
those
बाबा
souls,
ने उनको इमर्ज करते मधुबन का भोग
and very lovingly
स्वीकार कराया।
Baba
बाबा ने कहा बाबा के घर के
offered the
एक
Bhog
एक
that
कणी
came
का
from
भी
Madhuban to them.
बहुत बड़ा महत्व
Baba
है।
said
एक कणा भी जैसे मंदिर में
every
एक कणा
single
दाना
grain
एक
of
बूंद
Madhuban
अमृत
of
का भी
Baba's
महत्व है।
home
तो
is
बाबा के घर में
important.
तो बाबा ने कहा एक का
In the
100
path of
गुना
devotion,
बाबा अपने बच्चों को
devotees
भोग के
consider
द्वारा
each
भी
drop that they
अनेक
get from the
शक्ति
temple.
देते हैं
They
और
consider
बच्चे
it
भी उस
it's
शक्ति का
important.
अनुभव करते हैं।
In the same
ऐसे
manner,
कहते हुए
Bhog is also
बाबा ने
important.
बड़े प्यार से भोग भी
Baba
स्वीकार
fills the
किया
Bhog with power,
और
and
सब
children
मेरे
also
भाई
feels the
बहनों को
power.
बाबा
Baba
ने
said
बहुत
this.
बहुत
Baba
स्नेह
offered
भरी
Bhog
याद
to
प्यार
others,
दिया।
and then
बाबा
Baba
को
gave
याद
very,
करते
very
हुए
loving remembrance
नीचे
to
पहुंचे।
all. I took
ओम
the
शांति।
remembrance and then came down here. Om Shanti.